I'm driving in my car. I'm driving to work. Oh shit, no I'm not. It's T-Man again, bringing you guys another video. Once again, doing my lame humor, bringing you guys another video, and this is my second episode of Let's Talk Wrestling. My kind of, it's not a kind of a podcast video here, up to 1 hour, just shooting my mind of what's going on in professional wrestling today, just what's on my mind, just a real kickback video. If you've seen my first one, if you haven't seen my first one, please watch that one. And here we are again. You know, I'm still doing, like I said, I'm still doing my reviews and topic videos. I did my top 5 WrestleMania videos. If you haven't seen that one, please go ahead and check that one out. Of seeing what's my top favorite WrestleMania videos of all time. Now, if you guys have not noticed, obviously I am not in my normal place at my home where I usually shoot my videos for you guys. I am at a work site right now. On the weekends, this is my part-time job. I pick up shifts every now and then on the weekends to get some extra money, and right now I'm at a Union Pacific Railroad, watching I'm on the facility of this Union Pacific, and it's a train yard where trains come in or whatever, and all I have to do is just make sure no outsiders come on the premises over here. Very easy gig. So I'm just in my car, and I decided, you know, might as well shoot a video uninterrupted for you guys, and you know, give you guys a good quality video. Not to mention, you know, it won't be like last week on my first edition of Let's Talk Wrestling, where I got interrupted by my son. I got interrupted by my son, and that sucked up, whatever. I talked about having guests in the future, yeah, wasn't expecting my son to interrupt. You know, speaking of guests, you know, and I want to say this in a respectful way. I don't really want to talk crap about anybody, you know, I'm not tend to do that, but I have told you guys in the past, a few videos ago, that I was going to have Vince Russo on this show via Skype. I have a Skype conversation because I met the man, and he told me that he would come on my video, and he's like, I give my word on that I will. Have not yet happened. I know he's had some problems with his with his account on Twitter, and he's no longer part of Pyro and Ballyhoo anymore, and I shot him a email on Twitter because he follows me, and I have not got a response. And then I shot another one after he already got access to it. So I have not got no response to the man. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna give him another week. I'm not one of those guys to barrage somebody. So those of you who's waiting to see that interview, I'm waiting to interview the man. I have not done it yet. I have not heard from him since I've met up with him when he was having his special event down here in LA. So I'll probably wait another week. Like I said, I don't barrage anyone. I know he has a lot on his plate. I think he's even going back to the UK. Why do I see a birthday balloon right outside this property? It was so weird. I've been here for almost probably about an hour. But anyway, sorry guys, you know me. If you guys watch my videos, my mind goes all over the fucking place. But anyway, so that has not happened yet. I'm gonna wait another week, and then the T-Man's coming after you, Vince. No, I'm cool with Vince Russo. It's just, you know, I know he has a lot on his plate, but, you know, he answers everybody on Twitter, you know, and, you know, he follows me on Twitter and stuff. So please, you know, if you don't want to do my channel, just say, bro, it's all good, you know. I'm not gonna get mad at you. Just you know, answer back my direct message, dude. I'm cool with you, man. Yeah, if you don't want to do it, man, just don't ignore me, man. But anyways, let's move on to the meat of this video of Let's Talk Wrestling. Well, a lot of stuff to cover. I might leave a few things out Let's talk first about Brock Lesnar and the contract dispute and all that with Vince McMahon or whatever, you know, because last week on Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar, not this past Monday, but last week on Monday Night Raw, was it? I don't, forgive me. Anyways, Brock Lesnar was supposed to be at Monday Night Raw, which he was, and him and Vince McMahon, I'm sure most of you guys who follow the backstage shit all know this already, that him and Vince McMahon got into it. It's said to be nothing about a storyline or WrestleMania creative, but yeah, I guess it was just a contract negotiations, you know. I'm guessing what the argument was about. I mean, there's rumors all over the place. Nobody really knows for sure, but what I'm pretty sure what it was Vince probably wasn't too happy about Brock Lesnar going to the UFC. At the time when they had that argument, he didn't already go to the UFC event. I think he was pretty much saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to go over to the UFC pay-per-view and talk to Dana White. And Vince probably wasn't too happy, even though, I mean, he had to know. I mean, of course, I mean, Vince McMahon's not stupid. He had to know that that Brock Lesnar was going to go have contract negotiations with Dana White from UFC. And I'm sure he's going to have contract negotiations with Bellator, with Scott Coker, who's running Bellator. I'm pretty sure he's going to be having conversations with him as well, you know? So, who knows exactly what the argument was about? Nobody really knows. Everybody's hearing rumors. I'm sure you guys heard a whole shitload of rumors too about Brock Lesnar and where it's going. What the hell is this guy doing? So I'm so sorry for my scattered brain here. You know, there's things going around here on the yard. Speed limit is supposed to be 15 miles at this yard, and they're going 30. But hey, that's none of my concern. And anyways, Brock Lesnar was supposed to be on that Raw when him and Vince got mad and he walked out. So that should be very interesting to see what goes on, if he's going to have to make up that date due to his dates, because he has to appear to so many contracted dates. I mean, that could be a problem if Brock Lesnar does not fulfill his duties and fulfill those dates, because he walked out and he was advertised for that Monday Night Raw a week ago. Since then, Brock Lesnar has he did attend that UFC, and they showed him on the pay-per-view talking to Dana White. There was pictures and video of him talking. Obviously, I don't think they talked there at the arena on TV about it. I mean, they were just shooting the shit. They had smiles on their faces. But I'm pretty sure... Oh, hell yeah. Thank you. You guys probably noticed a shade right now in the video. Thank God. A train is just coming into the train yard here at the Union Pacific Railroad. And it's blocking the sun because it's 5:10 p.m. right now. So the sun is going down. And so it's... Ah, damn it. It's just a tractor. Son of a bitch. Here's the sun again. I was hoping that it was loaded with cars, because they bring cars into this facility at this Union Pacific. They bring brand new cars over here, so I was hoping it was one of those big long trains and they go really slow into the yard. I was hoping that would block the fucking sun from my eyes. I had the little visor in my car, but it's not enough, guys. It's not enough. Anyways, he was shown at UFC with the Ronda Rousey fight, which that was a great fight. I mean, I know this is called Let's Talk Wrestling, but let's talk a little bit about that. Hopefully you guys are UFC fans and know what the hell I'm talking about. It was a pay-per-view, and it was held in my hometown over here in LA at the Staples Center, between Ronda Rousey and Kat Zingano. And man, I'll tell you, man, the women's MMA is really evolved, and mostly it's all because of Ronda Rousey. The co-main event was pretty good too. I was actually in Vegas last weekend, and I actually put $5 on the Ronda Rousey Kat Zingano, because I knew Ronda Rousey was going to win, and I was placing money like on the Josh Koscheck fight, and pretty much I like all the fights I put money on, I knew I was going to lose, and it's just I put it on there because I won a lot of money playing roulette. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. You know, I'm just going to put $20 down with 3 different fights. I put $10 on the Josh Koscheck Jake Ellenberger fight, in which Ellenberger won, and I put $10 on the Holly Holmes Raquel, I forgot what her name, Pentagon fight. I put $10 on that, and I knew Holly Holmes was going to win, and I knew, well, I'll be honest, I didn't know him with the Josh Koscheck. Josh Koscheck is too old, but I figured Jake Ellenberger would probably win. Really, the way he did, actually. I kind of figured he was going to win that way with the rear naked choke. And then the Ronda Rousey-Cat Zingano, I knew that fight. I knew that fight was going to be a Ronda Rousey win. I just didn't think it was going to be 14 seconds. I mean, her last fight, Ronda Rousey's last fight against Alexis Davis was like 16 seconds. So she beat her record by 2 seconds, 14 seconds and 16 seconds. Holy shit, guys. Her last 2 fights have not even been a minute. And then her fight before that, I think they said her last 3 fights, total fight time, was a minute 35 seconds, and that minute 30-second fight was against a silver Olympian in wrestling, Sarah McMahon. I mean, it's absolutely amazing what Ronda Rousey's able to do, and she beat Cat Zingano in 14 seconds. It's amazing. Cat Zingano rushes Ronda Rousey and kind of takes her down, and Ronda Rousey in judo used to say switching positions, switched positions on Cat Zingano, and she's known for her armbar. If you guys don't know Ronda Rousey, she's known to get all these people in the fights by armbar. She uses this backwards armbar, and looks like, you know, she wanted to, kind of could have really snapped Cat Zingano's arm. Absolutely amazing. My gosh, what is next for Ronda Rousey? Holy mackerel. Anyways, yeah, and I think right now I've been seeing, I forgot this girl's name, this girl from Brazil might be next, and she has an undefeated record. I think she's only won 3 fights in the UFC, and she wants to fight Ronda. Ronda wants a fighter in Brazil, and most likely, I mean, she's not really #1 contender. I don't even think she's in the top 5, top 6, anything like that. But they'll book the fight for 2 reasons. One, because she has an undefeated record, and the UFC can market that. And number 2, Ronda Rousey wants a fighter because she's beaten 2 of Ronda Rousey's training partners of the 4 horsewomen that Ronda Rousey hangs out with. So I'm pretty sure she's going to want to get revenge on that. So yeah, that should be very interesting. And of course, eventually, you know, we're going to see Cyborg in the UFC. You know it's going to happen, and that's the fight everybody wants to see with Ronda Rousey. Anyways, guys, I got a little pumped up on that. I was talking about Brock Lesnar at that UFC event, and I started shooting on Ronda Rousey. Let me know, guys, if you enjoyed me talking about MMA. If you like that, then maybe I'll do that in my Let's Talk Wrestling, or I just will have an MMA segment every so often talking about what's going on in MMA. They keep it separate from wrestling. Or if you guys like it all together, let me know, and whatever you guys say, I'll kind of do that. So anyways, do I think Brock Lesnar is going to sign with the UFC? I hope he does. He has unfinished business, guys. He really does. You know, it is said that when he was in the UFC before, he was at 70%, if that, sometimes even less than that, sometimes 50%. Like 50%, I think, was what they said on the most of it, because of his stomach disease, the diverticulitis or something like that. You know, and now he's 100%. I would love to see him in. I mean, if that wasn't, I mean, he beat Randy Couture. Yeah, Randy Couture was in kind of the late of his career when Brock won, and Randy was never really the same. But the fact is, he had the title, and then the Shane Carwin was an undefeated, knocked out monster when they fought. And he took the blows, and if he was only 50% in that fight, I mean, I really want to see what he could do. I don't think he could beat the current UFC champion, Cain Velasquez, but I do think he could beat a lot of the guys in the heavyweight division, and I would love to see rematch. I would love to see a trilogy with Frank Mir. I would like to see a rematch with All-Star Overeem, because All-Star Overeem cheated. He was on steroids. He's a fucking cheater, and Brock Lesnar should have never, ever been in that fight under those circumstances, which was his last UFC fight. Excuse me, guys. Anyways, but you know, an interesting thing too was in this contract negotiation with Vince McMahon, he was also asked if, or Vince McMahon was asked, or something along the lines was, will Vince McMahon be okay with him doing UFC on the side? The rumor is that Vince is okay with Brock Lesnar competing in MMA and UFC. We'll see if that's the case. We'll see if Dana White doesn't really like a lot of guys to do that. When you're with the UFC, Dana really doesn't like you to do other type of stuff. And even though there are two different sports, it should be very interesting to see if both sides will allow that, or what Brock really wants to do. If I was Brock, I would focus on MMA. I mean, if you're going to the UFC and that high caliber competition that UFC tends to have, I think he needs to be 100% dedicated, and he can't worry about what WWE wants to do with him 4 or 5 times a year, 6 times a year, or whatever it is, making Raw appearances and doing 3 pay-per-views. I think he should. I think because his window, especially at his age, is closing. That window's closing, and if he has unfinished business, now's the time to do it. Go ahead and do a year, maybe 2 years in the UFC. Do what you need to do within those 2 to 3 years. And then you could come back to the WWE, and then he could wrestle 2-3 times a year for the WWE after that. So the point is, Brock Lesnar will be just fine making his millions of dollars competing a few times a year, no matter what. Moving on from that, let's talk a little bit about the current events in the WWE. Guys, you know, I really hate feeling like I'm attacking the WWE and all this stuff, because I really am a lifelong fan. I really am. Like I said, I've been watching this since I was 4 years old. You guys know my story. I'm not going to get into it. And the point is, this is WrestleMania season, and this is not the road to Armageddon or the road to SummerSlam. Armageddon's not even a pay-per-view anymore. And you know what? I'll talk about that in this video too. But this is the road to WrestleMania, and it's a very sorry WrestleMania. I mean, the card's okay, and you know, I'm sure when it comes on pay-per-view on the WWE Network, I'm sure it's going to be a decent event. I'm sure WrestleMania is going to be just fine. But the point is, the build-up to it sucks, and they don't really want to make us happy this year. This year is all, I call it the corporate WrestleMania. This is what WWE has them pictured in their head, and this is what they're doing. And not to mention, it's just not entertaining. Like, leading up to it, it's horrible. The WWE title is, especially WrestleMania, supposed to be the forefront. And I'm not blaming Brock Lesnar. I love Brock Lesnar, and it's not Brock Lesnar's fault that he's not there for every night, because that's what he negotiated a year ago, okay? That's what he negotiated a few years ago to do this schedule. It's WWE's fault, okay? You got 2 guys, one guy who's hardly ever there and is a part-time guy, and you got Roman Reigns, who the fans are not completely, and like I said, I'm not against Roman Reigns. I personally like Roman Reigns, and I agree that Roman Reigns is the future of the business, a future big star at least. No complaints to me there, okay? But having these 2 guys in this year's WrestleMania is childish. Completely childish. You know, first of all, Brock's not there to promote it. Not his fault. Not his fault. I'm not attacking Brock Lesnar, and I'm so sorry if it sounds like I am. I love Brock Lesnar. I'm completely okay with him being the champion. Roman Reigns, okay, I think what they should have did with, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to go into the whole Royal Rumble debacle again. I've talked about it too many fucking times, and I'm not getting into it again. I'm fucking not, okay? But, God, I mean, just talking about WWE just makes my fucking my blood boil. It really does. Anyways, you know, so, fuck, man, I was fucking saying something, guys. I was fucking saying something. Anyways, that's my Quentin Tarantino, impersonation. Oh god, man, I'm just having fun with this video. I'm sorry. This is probably the one video that is all over the place today. And you know, I thought it was going to be one of my most successful because I don't have to worry about my son. But my brain, man, don't you ever have one of those days where your brain is just like fucking fried? I mean, that's how mine is today, guys. So, man, I'm fucking sorry for that. Whew. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying, man? What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. And so Roman Reigns, I mean, there's no surprise he's not great on the mic. I think once when they let Roman Reigns be himself, and just let him do his thing, I think he'll be okay. I think what they should have did after the Royal Rumble, you know, with Roman Reigns winning, even though, like I said, I wouldn't have done that. But this year, Roman Reigns needs, I said it before, after he got hurt, he lost the momentum. So what I would have done was I would have had Daniel Bryan. I'm not gonna pitch the story. Go back in my previous videos and see how I would have booked Daniel Bryan and Roman, and I would have gave Roman Reigns that time, and I would have had him face Triple H and Sting face Undertaker. What was really a great WrestleMania is what I would have really booked. But anyways, if they had their hearts set on Roman Reigns, I don't know, man. Like, I think what they should do is, I mean, WWE has it in their mind that, and each week the crowd response has been getting better for Reigns. And I think a lot of it is not because they're just getting behind Roman Reigns. I think they're just tired of booing. I mean, they're tired of this bullshit. They just know, you know, WWE's just going to do whatever they're going to do. I mean, and WWE's hoping that they're going to cheer for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania over Brock. Not going to happen. They think because of what happened at WrestleMania 20 with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, with both guys leaving, they were booing Brock Lesnar, saying you sold out, that they would do the same thing this year because everybody knows that the contract negotiations are running out, and most likely Brock Lesnar is going back to the UFC. I don't think it's going to happen this time like last time, because last time they just thought that, oh, Brock wants to go try to play football for the Minnesota Vikings. What is he doing? He has no football experience. He's gonna fall on his ass. Nobody knew that he was going to go to UFC, be the head pay-per-view leader in the UFC, win the title, and become a sensation in UFC. You know, so now he has a lot of star power, a great athlete, and I don't think they're going to get that same response. You might have a few people yelling, you sold out, but I don't think it'll be nothing like what happened at Madison Square Garden at WrestleMania 20. I don't think it'll be anything close to that. So, if that's what WWE's hoping for them to boo Brock Lesnar because he's going back to the UFC, you guys are going to be sadly disappointed, guys. And it really proves how fucked up you guys are when you're depending on your end WrestleMania, the thing that'll end the night, on a man getting booed because he's not going to resign. Out of touch? Yeah, I would say out of touch, Vince McMahon. You are a sorry motherfucker, and I really hate seeming like I'm attacking Vince McMahon, which pretty much I am, and I hate that because I mean the guy has done so many things in the business. But anyways, it sucks. So anyways, watching Monday Night Raw, watching this lead up, it's like not even a lead up. The only guy really getting you pumped up for WrestleMania is Paul Heyman. Brock Lesnar's not there to book it. Roman Reigns can't talk. So it's like you just have Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is leading WrestleMania. Whether or not the double turn is going to happen and Paul Heyman turns his back on Brock Lesnar, who the fuck knows, man? Who the fuck knows if that's going to happen? It'll be cool if it does. I mean, I really think Roman Reigns needs to be a heel right now. And if I was WWE, And if Roman Reigns wins the title, which most likely is going to happen at WrestleMania against Brock, is, you know, that'll happen, and I would turn him heel. I would turn the motherfucker heel. And you know why? Because think about it this. Don't give him a scripted promos anymore. Stop that. If you want your product to succeed, WWE, if you want to be entertaining, give him bullet points, because the guy is witty. The guy can talk. If you see him outside of WWE and see his humor, the guy is funny. The guy has a personality, but you don't see it when you watch WWE, because it just sounds like he's reading off a script, and I am a very bad actor. Believe that. That's what it sounds like with a lot of these guys. I mean, not just Roman. I mean, the best mic guys in the business right now, I mean, I've said it before, is Bray Wyatt right now. No doubt of the new guys, of the new talent pool I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Cena and guys that are established like Orton and those guys. I'm talking about the new generation of guys. Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose are the two guys who are the best on the microphone. I mean, Daniel Bryan has improved leaps and bounds. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he's improved. I mean, since he's been out for so long, the 9 months or however long he was out, I'm sure he was working on his mic skills at the NXT in Florida and stuff like that. So anyways, what I would do with Roman Reigns is I would turn the guy heel and let him be himself. Okay, let the fans go ahead and start hating Roman Reigns because they're all looking at him as a corporate champion. To go that route. You already fucked up, so now's the time to take a fuck up and make it into a star. Okay? Take that fuck up that you did and turn it around. Turn it around, make him a heel, and you know what? And give him bullet points and let him shoot his own promos. And the reason why you do that is because, you know what? If he's funny, if he comes off just his own sense of humor as a heel, doing whatever he wants, let him make fuck-ups as a heel, because it's okay for heels to make fuck-ups, then you might get a cool heel like a Rock, like a Austin, okay? Where you're just so cool, you know, with your promos and all that, that eventually they're going to start liking you. Same thing with John Cena, a little bit mild. When he first came with his rapper gimmick, he was starting to become funny, starting to become cool, and they made him babyface. And then the problem with that is then they didn't know when to turn him back heel again. But that's a conversation for another fucking day. Holy shit. Anyways, so yeah, man, turn him heel. Give him bullet points, please. I know WWE is really against the whole bullet points these days. Please give the guy bullet points and let him do his thing. He's a funny, charismatic guy. Let him do his thing. My God, where's my fucking pills, man? I got this fucking headache right now. Here I am, right here on camera, taking pills. I'm a pill popper. Oh, yeah. Percocet. Not just kidding. Oh, I'm on a roll today, guys, man. I'm sorry, man. You guys know I'm not usually like this in my video. That wasn't Percocet. That was, I wish. That was just Excedrin migraine. I'm starting to get a little headache. I have this fucking sun right here. It's 5:31. The sun is fucking coming down on me right now. I get off at midnight, so I'm shooting this video in the first half of my shift here. Tomorrow I'm working a morning shift, and it's daylight savings time here in California. It's daylight savings time. Time's gonna skip, so I'm gonna lose an hour. So it's only like I have a 7-hour turnaround, and then I have another shift tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at a different facility, because on the weekends I just call and pick up shifts. So anyways, moving on. So that's what I think with the Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar bullshit over there. A bunch of fucking bullshit. Yeah, turn him heel. I talked about Brock. I talked about Cena. You know, let's talk about. Let's keep this thing moving here. Let's talk about there's two other things I want to talk about in the current WWE. Then I'm going to get off on the current WWE, and I'll talk about the Hall of Fame. I want to talk about a guy from TNA and Ring of Honor that might be signing with WWE. I want to talk about the Bill DeMott thing. But before I get to that, let's talk about the two other things here. Let's talk about Cena and Rusev, and let's talk about the IC title and a little bit about WrestleMania here. Right now, guys, Cena and Rusev, and here's the sad thing about it. Kind of the same theme I'm going on here. Guys, right now, man, I can't take my glasses off. That sun is too fucking bright. But John Cena and Rusev has to be, in my opinion, the best storyline going on in WWE right now. How sad is that? It's WrestleMania. You have Undertaker and Bray Wyatt, which, yeah, it is what it is. You have Sting and Triple H. You have Brock and Roman. You have the clusterfuck of a ladder match. You have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And the match I'm more looking forward to is the Cena Rusev is the most entertaining thing, at least, going on Monday Night Raw. The reason is I've said it before, and I'm not going to go all the way back into it because I just talked about it. Brock is not contracted to be on television, so he can't build it up. Roman can't talk, so that match is not intriguing going into it. Triple H and Sting can't be there every single day, so Triple H is doing the best he can to promote it, and Sting will be there whenever he can, probably the last Raw, before WrestleMania, I would imagine. Bray Wyatt and Undertaker, Undertaker's not going to show until WrestleMania, which I agree with that. I think that's the right case, so those key matches, half the party can't even be there to promote it. Intercontinental title, I will talk about that in a minute. I'm not a fan of it, so you'll expect some lashing in this video about that. Whew, god damn, this fucking sun. Woo! So, John Cena and Rusev has been the best thing about a Monday Night Raw. And I'll tell you exactly why. I love how they're doing with John Cena being defeated. You know, at that fast lane, I didn't know where they were going with that, and it's the I will give WWE their props when it is due, and I'm giving you guys props. I love this storyline. I love seeing John Cena defeated. You know, him not sure if he's gonna be at WrestleMania, which we all know he is. The guy's been around for so long. We know that he's going to face Rusev at WrestleMania, but I love the story that they're telling. I mean, if it's a good story, I don't mind being fooled and them playing along with the angle saying he won't be there. If it's a good story, I could buy into it, you know, and I'll go along for the ride. And this one I am. I love what they're doing with it. You know, them saying it's up to Rusev whether or not he wants to face John Cena at WrestleMania. And of course Rusev's like, no man, you gotta earn it, you know, and all that. And then John Cena coming out and saying that he announces himself into the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Stephanie saying, no, you can't just do it. And then John saying, well, why not? Everyone else is just announcing their way into WrestleMania to that Battle Royal. Why can't I? And it was just very interesting. You know, I love what they're doing. It's just compelling, you know, and of course, you know that John Cena is going to win and get the United States title, and I love what they're doing with the United States title. I've said it time and time again this month. I love it. Finally, they're making that United States title mean something. I'll talk about the Intercontinental title. They think they are. They think they're giving the Intercontinental title. Oh God, but they're not. They're making that a clusterfuck and an embarrassment. Anyways, I love that the John Cena Rusev, and you know, it will be very interesting if Rusev did beat John Cena again at WrestleMania. Again, can you imagine where you can go with that? I mean, I don't know if WWE's ballsy enough to do it, but that would be great. Can you imagine? Just think about for 1 second. If Rusev beats John Cena again, this time at WrestleMania, And don't have him pass out. Again, Jesus Christ. Have him fucking pin him. I mean, you could do it dirty with Lana involving or whatever, but have him pin him. And then that sends John Cena in a way where he failed at WrestleMania against Rusev. And then he really is questioning. Because right now he's questioning whether or not he still have it. And I love that, the doubt and all that. But have him really doubt it. Again, after WrestleMania, 2 losses in a row. Then you could turn him heel. Then, because have somebody else beat Rusev. Have somebody else get that rub. Give it to a young guy, give him the rub of being the first guy to beat Rusev. He has that undefeated streak. John Cena is an established, we could call him this, guys. I don't like it, but you could call him this, a legend at this point. Because, anybody who's main evented over 10 WrestleManias or been in the picture this long on the main stage, as long as Cena, you have to call him a legend, like him or not. Give he doesn't need that rub. Give somebody else that rub. Give somebody else that rub where, beating an undefeated guy who has not been pinned or submitted in a year that he's been in WWE. Give somebody else that rub, and that would really solidify Rusev as a main event player. It will, well, no matter what they do, even if John Cena wins, either way, they're building that United States title meaning something again. But I think it'll mean more having him, defend that title, and whoever does beat him after that are really, they should have these long title runs. I 100% agree with these long title runs, so I'm a big fan of that, big fan of what they're doing. Oh man, I'm getting a sore throat. Whew, motherfucker. Moving on. By the way, parental advisory for this video. I'm cursing a lot in this video. The last few videos I wasn't really cursing too much, but in this video, fuck it. Let's talk about the IC title, guys. Oh my god, they're playing hot potato with this Intercontinental title with Wade Barrett. And first of all, here's what's really making me mad about this ladder match Intercontinental Championship. I feel like WWE does not want 2 guys to steal the show. They don't want Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler to steal the show. That's why we're not seeing that match. They don't want them to steal the show because they want you to, to want to see the Brock and want to see the other matches they have. And so, they'll literally sabotage their own card for we don't get what we want. Okay, fine, we understand. Daniel Bryan's not going to be in the fucking main event. Fine, we're over that. But you can't fucking put him up against Dolph Ziggler and steal the fucking WrestleMania show? You can't let him steal the fucking show? You have to put him in a fucking clusterfuck ladder match? Jesus Christ! Like, fucking hell! It's like WWE is so determined to fuck with us. They're like, okay, all these guys are like, we're just gonna throw them. But yeah, will the ladder match be entertaining? Sure. It's a demolition derbies, but those multiple ladder matches are, so yeah, it's going to be entertaining, but it's not going to be one of those things that we're going to talk about forever, unless it's like a TLC from WrestleMania 17, the tag team one. Fuck. Man, it just pisses me off. Everything about this ladder match, even though, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be entertaining, it's like, why won't you just give us that? Why won't you give us a great Intercontinental title match? Okay? Have 2 great wrestling matches. Make the wrestling fan happy. Okay? I understand the card that you have set. There is no reason why you can't have a straight up match between Dean Ambrose and Bad News Barrett. Build those guys, give them a 10-minute match where they can shine, show their skills, make that one-on-one Intercontinental title mean something again. Make it like the past Intercontinental title matches we've seen in the past in WrestleMania, like fucking Randy and fucking Steamboat, like Warrior and Rude, and like fucking Bret Hart and Rowdy Piper, like Jericho and William Regal, like so many great Intercontinental title matches. have two guys go in there and give a great wrestling performance. And then I'm just asking for 2 matches, WWE, that fans would like, and then have fucking Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan go out there and steal a show in a 20-minute classic. We have a 4-hour show full of bullshit this year at WrestleMania, and you guys can't fucking give the die-hard wrestling fans what they want? For 40 minutes? Fuck you, WWE. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Why the hell am I even, doing these videos and watching WWE? Like, seriously, man. It's just pissing me off. Like, it just really makes me mad where a company that says that they listen to their fans and all this other bullshit will do stupid things. I accepted the Roman Reigns. I accepted the fact that Sting's not facing Undertaker because your son-in-law, Triple H, wants to be on the card, even though, like I said before, Triple H and Roman would make more sense. I accepted all that bullshit. I just wanted you guys to put 2 matches that would make the wrestling fan, the die-hard fan, happy. And you guys could easily do that. You could easily put Dean and Bad News, and you could easily do Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, but you don't. You don't want them to steal the show because you want to give those other guys a chance to try to steal the show because you know they can't compete with what Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan will throw on one-on-one. And you know what? I hope this 6-man or 7-man or however many fucking man people in this ladder match, I hope they do steal the show. And it could happen, but usually when you get that many guys in a ladder match, it's just a demolition derby. Like, I mean, there's a lot of crazy bumps that take place in the match, and I mean, it's visually entertaining to watch, but I want to see 2 guys in the squared circle putting on a great wrestling match. That's what I want to see. But we're not going to see it happen, guys. We're not. We're not going to see it happen. WWE, they want to, feed shit down your mouth and say, okay, you're going to like this. You're going to like this. I really hope, like I said, I'm sure WrestleMania is going to be entertaining. It's not going to be the best of all time. Ooh, finally the sun's setting down. Ooh, fuck me. Oh, Jesus Christ, guys. Anyways, man, like, seriously, I hope the fans just erupt. And not to mention, they're playing hot. Oh, God. Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about with this Intercontinental title. Fucking Bad News Barrett, the losingest champion of all times of the IC title, loses every single match, even before they were doing this whole hot potato thing. Since the minute he won the Intercontinental title, around the Royal Rumble, or after Royal Rumble, before the Royal Rumble, I think it was before, that's right, it was before the Royal Rumble. Fuck, even before that, he was losing. So WWE don't just try to say, oh yeah, this is part of the storyline. He's been losing since he won the title. And then, like, I hate this stupid hot potato thing that they're doing, where, Luke Harper and R-Truth, even though it's really funny watching R-Truth stealing the title, Dean Ambrose, and all these guys stealing the title. And they're trying to, tell you, oh yeah, everybody wants it, it's showing you how bad. When I say make the Intercontinental title mean something and make people want it, I don't mean go over there on a hijack it. It's stupid, it's gimmicky, it's retarded. Make it mean something in the ring with 2 guys battling it out for 30 minutes, showing great wrestling skill, not playing hot potato. Hot potato does not mean make the title mean something, you stupid motherfuckers. Every so often, and every promoter, it happened with Paul Heyman, with Eric Bischoff, with everybody you can think of. Sometimes the business passes you by. The business passed Vince McMahon by. It passed him by. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing anymore. Whew. I have a heart condition. You know that, guys? I have a fucking heart condition. It's probably because of WWE. Fuck. Anyway, so I hate that. I hate the whole hot potato thing. But that doesn't make it mean that everybody wants the title. It means that you're trying to let people know that means something. Okay, we know that a fucking title means something. Maybe the new fans today probably that doesn't think it means anything, because it doesn't mean anything to you guys, and you're trying to build it back up. What you're doing with the United States title is beautiful. Mwah. Perfect. Thank you. Put 2 guys in that ring, and you know, if anything, okay, fine. If you want to do a Fatal 4-Way elimination match. You guys can do that. Put Dean Ambrose, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, and Daniel Bryan, Fatal 4-Way elimination, and they would steal the show that way too. But the point I'm making is they don't want those guys to steal the show. They want to give those other guys, they want to give the chance for, like, I'm guessing the son-in-law, and I love Triple H. I'm a big mark for Triple H in the past, but I really hate what they're doing here. They probably want to give Triple H and Sting the chance, because Sting, if you guys have not seen him, he hasn't wrestled in over a year or two, but Sting is a great in-ring performer, and him and Triple H could easily go out there and steal the show, and that's probably what's going to happen. So, but that's what I mean. They want to give those other guys a chance to steal the show. They don't want the guys that they know that can steal the show. Which means that they're fucking you over, guys. People that paid tickets, the overpriced tickets for WrestleMania. They are robbing you guys the chance to see a still showing performance. Guaranteed. You stick those guys in the ring, Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, you're going to get a still showing performance. You are. But they don't want that. They don't want that. Anyways, that's all I'm talking about for the IC title. It's fucking making me mad. And thank God I could take off my glasses because the fucking sun is going down. And now I can see. I had laser eye surgery. So usually anytime I'm outside, I always have my sunglasses on. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, you know, let's brief on this real quick. And I'm tired with I'm not doing no more rants. That was my rant of the episode. Sorry if you guys don't like the cursing. Fuck it. Sorry, I usually don't curse in a lot of my videos lately, but this one's just pissing me off. It pissed me off. Oh, shit, man. You don't need to tell me how good my coffee is. I'm the one that buys it, okay? When Bonnie goes shopping, she buys shit. When I go shopping, I buy the good gourmet stuff because I like to taste my coffee. But you know what's on my mind right now? Ain't the coffee in my kitchen. It's the fucking stupid Raw on my television, okay? A little Pulp Fiction for you guys, a little Quentin Tarantino. If you guys have not seen Pulp Fiction, then fuck you, it's a classic. Anyways, let's talk about Bill DeMott. Sorry about my rant, I'm done ranting, I promise, guys. Bill DeMott resigned as the NXT Performance Center head trainer. He resigned due to the allegations that's been said against him lately, that of abuse and assault, or I don't even exactly know what they're talking about. Okay, first of all, if you're saying that Bill DeMott is too rough and slapping guys on top of the head and whatever the fuck they're doing, wrestlers have officially became pussies. Anyone that is making these, unless it's a sexual abuse type of thing, what the fuck are you expecting from a wrestling trainer that's trying to make you into a fucking performance badass? Bill DeMott has been training guys since the WCW Performance Center back in the late 90s, early 2000s. It went out in 2001, all the way up to 2000s. 2001. And he's been in WWE training these guys. A lot of these guys have been trained, and Bill DeMott knows the business. Okay, he knows wrestling, and it's a shame that he resigned due to this. I'm sure there was more to the story. Maybe because WWE let him go too, or agreed to have him resign. You know, this is bullshit. Like, wrestlers have become pussies. I mean, back in the day, like when Hulk Hogan got into the business, it was protected. And you want to talk about abuse? They broke his leg. And they used to do that with a lot of guys. They broke arms. They broke legs. Tried to scare you off from the business. They beat the living dog shit out of you. They made a man out of you. No, Bill DeMond slapped someone on the head apparently, and was abusive and yelling and cursing people out. And the wrestlers today are just pussies. They're pussies. Complete fucking pussies. And so now you know, I feel bad for him. I don't know the full story, if he did grab a man's cock or lick the woman's ass or whatever. Then I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry if that's the case, but I have not heard any stories of any sexual abuse or things like that. I mean, if that happened, then I'm sorry. Yes, he should be gone, and then good riddance. But if he's just too rough and verbally abusive and all that, that's the wrestling business. That's how guys got trained. Man up. The new guy in a charge is our guy Tensai, Prince Albert. Albert is now in charge of the NXT Performance Center, and he is now the head trainer over there, and that's good. I mean, he's another guy who's been around wrestling and knows the game for a long, long time. I would like to see Malenko over there too. I mean, he's a great trainer. He used to have a school. The Malenko family is real good. So I mean, they have a lot of good trainers over there in NXT. So those guys are still in good hands. It's just sad to see a guy who's been training wrestlers as long as Bill DeMont, Hugh Morris, as long as he is in there. You know, I think that's a damn shame. Another thing I want to talk about is actually a few more things, 3 more things I want to talk about. Going back to the WrestleMania thing, you know, wouldn't it be cool? I don't know if this is just happening. This is just me shooting my head, and I think I've mentioned this in another video. Wouldn't this be cool if Hulk Hogan is a mystery entrant in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and wins the match? I mean, it's been said for a long time that Hogan wanted to do one more match, and Hogan says he doesn't think he could do the leg drop anymore, but he really wants to have one last one-on-one match, ideally with John Cena. I don't see that happening, especially for a WrestleMania. So how great would it be, you know, put him in a match where, you know, he's not going to take a lot of bumps. He doesn't have to do the leg drop. He's just in there throwing punches, working punches in there, and some kicks, and occasionally little body slams or whatever. And, you know, you could send him off that way. He wants to do one more match. This is perfect. Have him win the match, the storyline-wise he created, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and win the trophy with the guy who's most, you know, known to be with Andre the Giant, and his great match with WrestleMania 3. Have Hogan do that, man. I mean, because right now, I mean, it doesn't really matter who wins it. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, I thought it was great that they gave Cesaro that rub last year, but now, I mean, Cesaro, they watered him down so much, even though he's a tag team champion. I mean, I'm not going to get into that. You guys know how I feel about Cesaro. I think he's the best in-ring worker going on today. The fuck is that? Maybe a truck or something. But anyways, I would have Hogan win that match. I really would, and hopefully they do that. Moving on from there, let's talk about this rumor going on here. Guy from TNA who is now working some shows for Ring of Honor, longtime veteran, great in-ring worker, great performer. I'm a fan of. It took me some time to become a fan of him. At first, for the first few years he was in TNA, I wasn't too much of a fan, but you know what? He grew on me. He grew on me. He's a great guy, great in-ring performer. I'm talking about Samoa Joe. It is rumored that Samoa Joe will be signing a contract very soon with the WWE. I am very happy to hear that. And right now, like I said, he's working for Ring of Honor. And Triple H reportedly rumored to be a fan of Samoa Joe. And he really wants him over here. I hope they don't kill time and put him in NXT. Because it was said that they said that they're not just having people go right into WWE anymore. They want them to go to the Performance Center and have them do things the way they do it, you know. I really want, and that's fine if Samoa Joe goes over to NXT, but not very long. Just send them there for 6 months if they are. I mean, you could easily just stick them in the WWE. But if anything, if you just want them to learn some pointers and learn a few things that you really want them to learn, then go ahead and have them go to NXT for 6 months or whatever. Have Triple H work with them or do whatever the hell you want with them. But I'm very happy. I hope that is true. Let's see. Last thing I want to talk about here is the Hall of Fame ceremony class. It's an okay hall so far. I mean, we've only had 5 guys officially in right now. Arnold Schwarzenegger on the celebrity wing, whatever. You have Rikishi, which does Rikishi deserve it? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they could have waited a few more years for Rikishi, but yeah, I guess Rikishi, he's been around. I mean, he's been around a long time. Fought too with the Head Shrinkers, getting back from all the way to '93 that he's been with the WWE. And that's the WWE alone. So yeah, so he's been around a long time. I think they could have waited a little while. You have the Bushwhackers in there. They just announced Alundra Blaze, which I think they should. I think that's a slap in her face, but at least they're putting her in there. She should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago, but at least they're putting her in there. But honestly, I say it's a slap in the face because she's more known as Medusa. Every single organization in WCW, everywhere that she competed with was Medusa. But since she was in that short stint as Alundra Blaze in WWE and as a WWE Hall of Fame, but anyways, at least she's going in there. But to me, she's Medusa. Going in there, and the Macho Man Randy Savage, oh yeah, snap into it, I'm gonna lead her to bomb, that's what I'm gonna do, yeah, That's a horrible Macho Man impersonation. Sometimes I do it good, and sometimes I do it really bad. That one was a really bad Macho Man impersonation. And anyways, like I feel like we need a couple more big names. I heard Kevin Nash hasn't been officially in there yet, but that Kevin Nash will be one of the guys in there. I got a text message, and it is from my wife. It's kind of near Mannheim. Oh shit! Really? Fuck. My wife just texted me where my job is. But anyways, yeah, let's see. Kevin Nash, yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot of guys. And a lot of guys that needs to be in there, really are dead. So I know that they said that they're not going to have more than one deceased guy in the Hall of Fame. But like, there's still a lot of guys that needs to be in there. Like Big Boss Man needs to be in there. Ravishing Rick Rude needs to be in there. Earthquake. I don't know if he's in there. But I mean, there's a lot of guys. Owen Hart. A lot of guys that really need to be in there. So I'm really hoping that those deceased guys. And still, there's a lot of guys that are living that I can't really think on the top of my head right now. But there's a lot of guys that need to be into the WWE Hall of Fame. But anyways, guys, that really just about concludes my Let's Talk Wrestling episode number 2. I apologize, guys. I know this video was all over the place. A lot of language in there. But my mind was all over. I forgot what I was saying a lot. The sun was in my eyes. So at least I didn't get interrupted by my son. But yeah, it is what it is. The video is what it is. I'll probably be going back to my PG oriented stuff. Let me know if you guys liked that little segment where I started ranting about MMA a little bit. If you guys like that, let me know if you want me to just do a side MMA or just include it in my Let's Talk Wrestling, just with current events. Or once in a while, I just will do what's going on in MMA right now, giving my opinions on fights, upcoming fights, past fights, whatever, you know, stuff like that. And again, guys, this is a very new channel. So please subscribe, tell your friends if you like it. I appreciate all the comments that I have been getting. It has all been positive. I really do appreciate you guys right now that's saying the kind words about the channel. Like I said, I put a lot in these, and I really do enjoy making these videos for you. Even though that the WWE product hasn't been great, and I just been ranting and raving, I just think we deserve better. I said it before, the worst WCW and its worst time ever in the 2000s, or in 2001 when out of the business, is more entertaining than the worst WWE. And I think is right now the worst WCW is better than the worst WWE. That's very sad, and I just think us fans deserve better. That's all I'm saying, is we deserve better as fans. So anyways, guys, please subscribe. Like I said, keep the channel going, and I thank all you guys. Right now my views are not much because I'm building channel. I'm trying to build it. It doesn't happen overnight. I'm trying to build this channel, so those of you who are watching it, you're like the first of the fans. I've barely been shooting these videos since the end of November, and I feel like barely now. If you go back and watch my first videos that I did back in November, I don't think they're as good as my last few. I think I'm starting to really get in my niche of what I'm doing on these videos. So I thank you guys. Follow me on Twitter at the expert of pro wrestling, or expert of pro wrestling, or something like that. You'll see me driving the car with the glasses. So anyways, that'll conclude this video, guys. I really hope that you, if you've enjoyed my Let's Talk Wrestling episode number 2, I will be getting caught up on the last couple weeks of TNA, and probably next week, not this week, this coming week, Monday through Friday, but next week, I will be shooting out a TNA along with NXT and other videos, Lucha Underground, that I enjoy. So until then, I will see you for the next video. Take care, guys.